Good afternoon. It's not even good morning. It's good afternoon. It's 7:14. Sunday. With DJ Wonder Chrissy here at Land Cruiser Midwest. Yeah. We got a good show for you today. We're gonna hear from Dan Bongino and see what he's got to say about the Secret Service. Yeah, I don't know if you've been following what's happening. The incident, they call it an incident. Yesterday, if you haven't been hiding in a hole somewhere, you heard about the incident that happened yesterday. I saw it happen pretty much live on TV and was blown away for sure. Yeah, so we'll get going here with the show. Let me bring the music down because that's what the DJ does. We got To the Top by Silent Partner from the YouTube audio library. So there you go. Once again, I said this is DJ Wonder Chrissy, Land Cruiser Midwest. And we're here and we got the bell. It's a bell ringing day. We need to say some more prayers. We need to say God bless. God bless. Oh man, God bless God and God bless Donald Trump. We used to say that a lot, and they would cut it out of my videos. But we're definitely Donald Trump is blessed, folks, to say the least. My opinion, I don't know if you saw what happened yesterday, or if you watched any of the coverage yesterday. Secret Service was nowhere to be found. SOS, they were shit out of luck, you know. They were nowhere to be found when it came to the news conference yesterday, and the sad part is they were the ones that were in charge of security at that rally yesterday, just like they're in charge of the security in Milwaukee, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But I wanted to play. I mean, I'm not military. I'm not police. But we're gonna bring you a guy who is ex-military or ex Secret Service and ex-police, and he's going to give you an official rendering of how he sees it and the failures. Definitely, there's a lot of people calling for failures of the Secret Service and what happened yesterday, and he's going to talk about that in a minute. So here we go. Like, share, and subscribe if you would, folks. This is the DJ. This is Migrant Mayhem. We're giving you some special Trump rally coverage today. So let's go ahead and see what Dan Bongino had. This is the first time he's been on Fox in a long time, guys. I don't know if you guys are into Dan Bongino. He's ex-Barack Obama and I think Trump Secret Service guy. So let's see what he's got to say.
From your military experience is not a success. I say that because the Secret Service spokesman seeming to take some kind of a victory lap here that they added resources is quite bizarre, and I can tell you and I can confirm on your airways, absolutely on my honor and integrity, that what he's saying from a macro picture, maybe from a micro picture, Pete, in other words, about that specific site, maybe he's pigeonholing the truth, but the macro picture about multiple requests for a larger security footprint around Donald Trump due to the enhanced threat level, that is absolutely categorically false. I would never say this on your airwaves, on my show, or anywhere else. I know it from people directly involved. I could give you direct quotes from the...
So, transparency, right? We talk about a lot of times here on this channel about transparency of government, city government, federal government, and not a lot of transparency when it comes to the Secret Service. I just watched a news media thing from them today out of Milwaukee, and they just pretty much walked out after answering a couple of questions. So not a lot of transparency when it comes to the Secret Service.
Failed Secret Service Director Kim Cheadle herself, when they were asked about Mar-a-Lago security being enhanced. I can tell you direct quotes where she not only rebuffed it, but mocked it, saying things like, I don't secure nightclubs. This happened. Now, I'm going to tell you something. They better be very careful about what they say in the coming days, because there are people out there who know. I know they know because they told me. They know absolutely that. So this is how.
So did the former president.
100.
Do you know the U.S. solar company's nasty little secret? It turns out if you live in Illinois, they have
30 yards. Say it was 200 yards. The Secret Service CS team, Pete, the counter sniper teams, and I'm not sure those two guys are Secret Service. We have remember that we don't always. When we go to New York sometimes with high-level protectees, we'll use NYPD ESU counter sniper. So I'm not really sure either way, they'd still be briefed in. The question we have to ask is, if that's the best...
Let's say that those sniper guys did a pretty decent job, but they were just a little too late. The guy got on that roof, and they should have had him under... They should have taken him out probably 20, 30 seconds ahead. But they definitely, when it came time to put it on the person, they definitely put it on the person. I don't know if you saw the video of what the result was, and let me also tell you, these snipers, they don't go for like a body shot. They go to the head. They take off your head basically, or put a round into your brain to stop the threat, and that's what they did.
Technology we have, and we had a CS team up there with a shooter that, we're trained out to 1,000 yards in the Secret Service with the counter sniper team. How did they miss some? This
guy was within 150 yards, and that's what's got everybody so hot and bothered. They failed to take out the threat, and the threat was able to get off 5 or 6 rounds at least.
One at most, 1/5 of the way there. It doesn't make any sense, and even worse, it's broad daylight on a white roof. So again, open questions here. Was there forward-looking infrared deployed? Was there aerial support, drones, helicopters?
There was no drones to speak of, folks, and they're coming up with excuses on why there wasn't, and lots of questions, very few answers from the Secret Service. And as I said before, they failed to even show up to the news conference last night, which doesn't give anybody the warm and fuzzies. And now they're responsible for protecting the RNC. Yeah, how do you feel about that, folks? Comment down below what you think of the Secret Service.
Something happened too. If you go back and listen to the audio, I want you to listen to this after I get off here. When Donald Trump, after this tragic thing happens, you'll see the Secret Service agents. And by the way, I know some of those guys personally. It takes a lot to run into bullets, and divorcing the security failure. So at least they did that part, correctly, and they knew what they were doing. After the security absolutely failed. But you're going to hear something if you listen closely. The guy mentions Hawkeye on the scene. He's talking about those two, the black BDU with the tactical gear CAT element, that two-man CAT element. That stands for Counter Assault Team. That's a Secret Service Special Weapons Team, equivalent to our SWAT. So they're there. They all deployed and did what had to be done after the security failed. But having said that, there was no reason for them to have to do that. There's only one entity out there that saved Donald Trump's life yesterday, and it pains me to tell you guys.
This is the sad part, folks. Listen, it's coming from Dan. He's an expert. He is ex-Secret Service. So listen to what Dan has to say and take it to heart.
And you know what that is? It's Donald Trump. If he moves his head an inch to the left or right, guys, this is a really different show today. I mean, it's bad enough we have to do this show about this topic. Can you imagine what would have happened if Donald Trump did not duck? And looking at the stage there, I'm speculating, but I'm pretty sure based on experience, that the bunting around the front of the stage is probably armor. Donald Trump knew to duck. I mean, most people would. He saved his own life. That's just a fact. The evacuation did not go right. I mean, the rule with the Secret Service is cover the protectee and evacuate. The other rule is maximum to the protectee, minimum to the problem. Why minimum to the problem? Because you don't know that's the only problem. It could be a distraction. There could be another person in the crowd. So if you don't jump on the protectee, you could be looking at multiple shooters. So at least that part, the guys there, stepped up there. But the failure here is absolutely catastrophic. And I got to tell you, the Secret Service should be very careful. I can tell you and absolutely confirm.
Dan's got the receipts on the Secret Service, folks. There's going to be some people very uncomfortable in the Secret Service the next couple of days because Dan has the receipts that they're lying to America. They're lying to you and me, folks. They're lying. They're doing a cover-up for some reason. Not sure why, but they are covering up just like the old Hunter Biden white stuff, right? Remember that? Secret Service handled that investigation. The white stuff in the White House that we couldn't find out where it came from and whose it was. Remember that? Yeah.
From the horse's mouth, from multiple people, not just one. And I saw Congressman Walt text this out before on X. There have been repeated requests to increase the security footprint around not just the residences of Donald Trump, but the body itself. And they have been rebuffed. Like I said, I can tell you actual quotes. The Secret Service directors completely failed.
Secret Service has gone political too. Would we expect anything less, folks? Would we expect anything else? You're hearing it right here from Dan Bongino. It's not me saying this, although I'm saying it after he's saying it. But it's coming from somebody that's got some knowledge, somebody who has receipts.
And candidly should resign today. Kim Cheadle has failed Donald Trump and honestly failed Joe Biden too. He's the president right now. Where's the DHS secretary? I mean, this is, you're blaming it on manpower? So just to be clear, we're a $4 trillion United States government. He
brings up some good facts here. Listen to this.
And we can't fork over enough money to keep our people alive? And then you're sending out tweets like, oh, this is the best technology we have. Really? To let a sniper 150 yards away from the potential next...
A 20-year-old, 20-year-old kid almost takes out a former president. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing and 150 yards away. My God.
President shoot a piece of his ear off? That's your victory lap? Give me a break, man.
Dan, I mean, you bring up so many amazing points, and I just don't even know where to begin except to ask you, why would the Secret Service not beef up more security for the man who is most likely to be assassinated in the entire world? Why would they not deploy more resources? Why weren't there drones over? Is it that this woman, Kimberly Cheadle, the director, is incompetent? Could there be something else there? What is happening? Is it DEI? What's going on?
Well,
probably all above, folks.
You know, Rachel, it's my job, if I'm going to give an opinion, to back it up. You know, opinions are like holes, right? Everybody has one. The difference between one opinion over the other in a courtroom and anywhere else is, can you back it up? I want everyone at home, go on your phone or computer now, and I want you to look up U.S. Secret Service red ties Donald Trump. Yeah, read it. The Secret Service was more concerned about protective agents around Donald Trump. If you think I'm making this up, go to a left-wing search engine if you think.
Go ahead and Google this, folks. This is not funny. Although it is funny, but it's not funny.
I'm biased. Go to school and put it. Oh, you're reading the story right now. They were more concerned about the color of the Secret Service agents' ties around Donald Trump, given the perception that a red tie was somehow. I've got red ties. I'm a Republican. It's nothing to do with it. I just like red ties. They go nice with white shirts. That's an actual story. You see it right now. I'm not crazy. This is what the Secret Service was concerned about. They put out...
Another thing, look at this. We got 3 female Secret Service agents here. Look how short they are. They're trying to create a layer around and over Donald Trump, who is 6'4", folks. You see a problem with that? these chicks here are barely 6 feet tall. Donald Trump is 6'4", and they're supposed to protect him and create an envelope around him. Think about that. Think about that, folks. Oh, Dan's hot here. Dan, you can find Dan on Rumble still. I don't think he's on YouTube anymore, but he is on Rumble if you want to check out his show.
1,000 tweets about all of this DEI stuff. Do I know that's related here? I don't.
So there you go, folks. I don't know what happened here. We seem to have hit the end of that.
Service guys and that. So.
Take it from an expert, Dan Bongino. John Reiki. Hey, thanks, John, for joining us today. Hope you're doing well. God bless you. He says Robert De Niro and others need to be held personally accountable for this. Yeah, it's not the right, it's the left that are raising the heat up and making outlandish acquisitions that, Trump is going to be a tyrant. Trump is going to never leave office. Trump is going to do away with democracy. That's all BS, folks. It's all BS. I'm telling you. You don't hear the Republicans say stuff like that. Republicans are saying stuff that's true. That Joe Biden's not fit for office. Joe Biden can't handle office. Joe Biden shouldn't be running for the president. That's the stuff that you hear from the right. That's true, though. That's true. The stuff you hear coming out of the left, the talking points that they all send up, it's mostly not true. I'm also here to tell you that the deep state is alive and well. We won't talk about conspiracies here, but just consider that, maybe they decided that they couldn't get Joe Biden out of running for office, so they tried to do something else with Donald Trump. Consider that, folks. Everyone calls things a conspiracy, but you know what? A conspiracy is something that 3 months later, a month later, is fact. A lot of times, folks, conspiracy theories turn out to be true. So I'm just saying, right? We're here at this channel. We do a lot of just saying, right? We'll do a lot of just saying, and we ring our bell about it. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but the uniparty, the deep state, the military establishment is alive and well, folks. And there's a lot of people that don't want Donald Trump to run for office, let alone win office in a landslide. That's where we're headed. We're headed to a landslide victory for Donald Trump, folks. I got a feeling what happened yesterday is just going to make it more and more of a big win for Donald. Let's hope he can survive until then. I knew like a week ago that the next 100 days was going to be the longest 100 days of any GOP person's life. Really, folks. I'm a GOP red person here stuck in Illinois. Consider how bad and horrible that is. My God, if you want to be miserable, come to Illinois. If you're a right-winger, come to Illinois and establish residence. It's Clown Town times 2 here. All right? Let's see if we got any other comments. Like, share, and subscribe for me if you would, folks. Thanks for joining us today. Just trying to bring some sanity to what's going on and what has happened. Milwaukee, there's a huge security presence in Milwaukee. I just saw they had police from Miami-Dade County. They have National Guard from Wisconsin and Minnesota. The perimeter that they have around Fiserv Arena is like 7 blocks by 4 blocks, and they basically established that that fence, that I forget what they call it, but that You know, that movable fence that they put up around the White House and the Capitol and anywhere else in D.C. anytime they need extra security. So they've rung a security perimeter with those fences in downtown Milwaukee. Pretty much like 60 to 50% of downtown is under security. There's only like 5 ways to get in and out. Security is gonna slow lots of things up in Milwaukee this week, folks. It's gonna be a miserable week to be in Milwaukee and need to get in and out of the security area. You can Google it. You can see how big of a perimeter it is. It's huge. It's huge, and rightfully so. They need to secure everyone and make sure everyone is safe. So there you go. I think we're going to end it here for now. We're at about our 20 minutes. Thanks for joining today. Check back with us. We'll probably be talking about the RNC all week. All week we'll be talking about the RNC. I am DJ Wonder Chrissy, and just wanted to bring you some commentary from an expert, Dan Bongino, on the failure of our Secret Service and how they almost got Donald Trump killed. Pretty much. The only reason that Donald is alive today is his own actions, folks. His own actions. Okay, we finish every episode with a hand slap and a see ya.